Best greetings from the cage with Bumblebees. Всем привет из Киева, столицы Украины. Привет из коробочки со шмелями. Сегодня у нас разговор о паразитических и жалящих перепончатокрылых насекомых. Паразитических еще не показываю, они в другой коробочке. Жалящие перед вами, потому что это шмели. Сегодня разговор о наездниках, разговор о шмелях. Они у нас сидят в двух разных коробочках. Будем их смотреть. Заметим их большую разницу. Увидим, какие большие, крупные гиганты шмели по сравнению с маленькими перепончатокрылыми насекомыми, с мелкими паразитическими насекомыми. Today we are watching very interesting insects. We are watching bumblebees, genus Bombus, and I will show you also some parasitoids, some tiny parasitoids, and this is a stream about parasitic and stinging Hymenoptera, about Hymenoptera parasitica, Hymenoptera aculeata. We are watching bumblebees of two different species. They are not very big because they are workers. They are foragers. Here there is no males, here foragers, workers, so they are females. And they are feeding on honey. Yes, if you have collected some bumblebees or you found some bumblebees in your house, surprisingly, you do not need to take it away in evening time, because in evening time insects can die very easily and will not find way back home. So you can feed your insects with some water with sugar, or with water with honey. So I found some bumblebees on flowers in a very late evening time. So they were nearly sleeping, because some bumblebees can lose their way home in evening time. And they can sit on the flowers very peacefully and waiting for springtime. So I brought them home for this video to show you some bumblebees of different species and to show the differences of their size and activity. I was thinking for some males. No males I didn't find this time, but I found females or workers of two species, Bombus terrestris, ground bumblebee, and Bombus lapidarius. In the central part you can watch Bombus lapidarius with red abdomen. So this Bombus lapidarius. They're feeding on honey, and also small Bombus terrestris and big Bombus terrestris. They're not fighting, they're just communicating. On screen they're very big, but in reality they're much smaller. So you see this one most active bumblebee is the biggest, and the smallest Bombus terrestris approximately the size of common honeybee. And this one is bigger on the right side. Most active is the biggest. All of them were females. You know that workers in bumblebee colony were females because they're produced from fertilized eggs. And from unfertilized eggs produced only drones or males. You can give them some honey or water. They will be very happy to feed on water with their using mouth parts, feeding on liquid of honey and water. So that's why we were not active before, but now after feeding we are becoming very, very active. moving here very actively. We see so nice red tip of body, red tip of abdomen. This is Bombus lapidarius. Мы наблюдаем здесь два вида шмелей. Bombus lapidarius, каменный шмель, Bombus terrestris, земляной шмель. Если вам случайно попался шмель, сидящий на цветах, его можно принести и покормить. Потому что он, наверное, потерял дорогу домой после захода солнца. Немножко дезориентирован, его можно показать своим родственникам, потому что шмель не очень агрессивное насекомое. Оно не будет жалиться, если вы его только не прижмете ему брюшко. I'm showing some bumblebees just for education, to show differences of different species, to show differences of different sexes. But today we have workers, so they're all females. I found them just on flowers evening time, so I show them just for education. So to show the smallest with size of honeybee, the biggest, which are twice bigger than honeybee. We are fed now, so we're very happy about it. So that's why we're becoming very active. My other cage, I have small parasitic insects, small parasitoids. They are much smaller than honeybee and much smaller than bumblebees. You will be very surprised how small they are. But they're in separate cage. We are waiting. Just wait a little bit. Do you like bumblebees and bees? Who is watching us? Tell me what country are you coming from to our stream? Do you like bumblebees? Do you like bees, or maybe you're a beekeeper? This stream is from Ukraine, from Kyiv, the capital of Ukraine. I'm translating in night time. After switch off electricity for several hours, but now we have electricity, we have internet, and I catch this opportunity to show you some insects, maybe not in native conditions, not in their nest, because it needs to have a nest covered with glass, and I don't have a nest. And it's very careful, because to have a nest you need to open it, and you need to be very careful about other bumblebees, which will be very irritated by light. But here I have only a few bumblebees, so if they are irritated, they are enclosed by lid, and I can show you some of the differences. Now the abdomen became very big, I guess so, because they were fed with honey and water. They became very active. Before they were trying to sleep, but now they are trying to escape. Definitely, because I'm made light, very strong light on them. So that's why they are disorientated, try to search where is exit, how to escape from the captivity. Do you like bumblebees? Do you have bumblebees in your orchard or garden or near your house? Have you ever seen the nest of bumblebee? That's a very rare case. Сегодня я показываю шмелей в коробочке, потому что показать их просто в гнезде достаточно сложно. Для этого нужно иметь гнездо застекленное. И нужно быть очень внимательным, аккуратным, чтобы через застекленное стекло показывать шмелей. Стекло нужно менять, а также нужно манипулировать со шмелями, которые не любят прямого яркого света. Или шмелей можно обмануть в лаборатории по разведению шмелей. Но для этого нужно иметь лабораторию с красным светом. Потому что шмелей можно обмануть, если их манипулировать с их гнездом в фотокомнате с красным светом, на который они не реагируют. Мы видим, что происходит в красный свет. Но зато шмелей мы не раздражаем в прекрасном свете. Они занимаются своими рабочими делами, но в прекрасном свете нельзя снимать кино и видео. Нужно сначала подготовить экран, подготовить застекленную крышу в шмелевнике или бомбидаре, а потом снимать кино. Если у вас есть шмелевник, то, конечно, вы молодец, потому что шмелевник коммерческой стоимости стоит порядка $100, и это достаточно дорогое удовольствие. Иметь шмелей для удовольствия. Обычно шмелей покупают и разводят для коммерческой цели, для выпуска в теплицах, потому что шмели наименее агрессивные пчелиные. Как ты их не раздражай, как ты их не обижай ярким светом, ярким каким-то раздражителем, запахом, шмель будет стараться улететь, избежать опасности и удрать от вас. Даже находясь в теплице, шмель не очень сильно раздражается ярким светом и влажностью и жарой, а и летает и опыляет растения в теплице, такие как помидоры и огурцы, кабачки, перцы и другие тепличные растения. Best greetings to our followers who is watching us from other countries. We see some people join us from London. Best greetings to London. It's midnight in Kyiv, capital of Ukraine, and it's a little bit early in London, so it's easy to people to watch it. For sure, it's much easier to take photo of bumblebee rather than to take a photo of hornets or wasps, which are more aggressive if irritated, but bumblebees, after irritation, they will try to fly and flight and escape. Especially they like to make a circle around you, but this circle flight is very peaceful because bumblebees looking around for offender, to remember the place, to remember offender, and try to escape. This is not like wasp, which can be aggressive, it can sting after strong irritation by light, especially in the nest. But bumblebees usually, even if they are irritated in the nest, they are just trying to come out of the nest and stop and turn on the back and show the sting. Try to persuade that they are strong, can sting. They are not immediately fighting like hornets, like wasps, like honeybees as well. It suggested that they can sting several times, probably, but I have not tried it yet. Wasps can sting several times, but bumblebees can sting probably several times too. But honeybee can sting only once, and die after it. Some people enjoy very much breeding of bumblebees because they are so cute. It looks very nice. They are great pollinators of different crops, garden and orchard, different flowers, especially in cold time, in springtime, and great pollinators of many different flowers which are not pollinated by honeybees, like family Fabaceae, like here on this screen. These are pseudoacacia, which can be pollinated by bumblebees as well. These are nice. Bumblebees are very cute. You see, the smallest bumblebee worker is still approximately the same size like honeybee, very small one. I can suggest that the nest of a queen probably is not very big one, because now it's the middle of July, so small bumblebee is flying. Usually, if normal bumblebee nest is normally developing. Bumblebee in the middle of summer usually have quite a big size, like the biggest here. Someone was asking me during the chat about breeding caterpillars, about orange caterpillars. No, here all bumblebees healthy, just maybe one is sleeping. Here 5 bumblebees, one is sitting, and 4 are active. Our follower from London is asking about orange caterpillars of giant peacock moth I showed last time. But I showed orange caterpillars because they changed the color just before pupation. They changed the skin, color of skin. It's nothing special stuff. They were growing and making some chemical changes in the skin, so skin became not green but became orange colored. So it's very normal process of before transformation from caterpillar into pupa. I also had another orange stuff like parasitoids on caterpillar, yes. I had one video with parasitoids which were attacking caterpillar and image from caterpillar. Yes, I had this video as well. Approximately 20-25 parasitoids emerged from the body of caterpillar. They were very nicely packed in cage, but because of very hot weather they developed very quickly during 4 or 3 years. Not years, maybe 4 or 5 days. So during weekend time. So when I came to my laboratory, all parasitoids already emerged from pupa and died in the cage. About 25 individuals. They were belonging to family Eolophidae, probably genus Eoplectrus. They are well saved, but I didn't mount yet them on pins, on cards. So when I will mount them, I will show them in separate video how they look like. So parasitoids from caterpillar, they emerged successfully. They transformed from larva to pupa and then hatched and grew very well. Big bumblebee, not very happy about small bumblebee. So maybe I answered the question about tiny parasitoids. Yes, this was precisely about parasitoids. I showed some orange stuff on the body of caterpillar and they were parasitoids. But today I will show you other parasitoids. So if you want, I can show you initially not parasitoids but another insects in this case. In this case some other lovers of honey. They are very dirty because too many honey. So they were crawling around and became very dirty. They are covered by litter, but they are not parasitoids. So parasitoids I will show Next, who is this? These are earwigs or Dermaptera for Ficula auricularia. I cleaned the cage because cage was slightly dirty. I gave them again piece of cotton with honey, but it became dirty again. Some of them very difficult. So my follower asking about orange stuff on a caterpillar. As I repeat again, these were parasitoids, but I will show them in separate video because I have them dry and dead in collection. So orange stuff were small pupae which were pupated near the caterpillar. But so they were larval parasitoids. Some parasitoids can be larval, can be egg parasitoids, can be pupal parasitoids, and there are some adult parasitoids. And today I have opportunity to show you some very tiny parasitoids belonging to genus Trichogramma. And they're sitting in separate cage. So this one cage going this way, and I show you tiny parasitoids, so you have opportunity to compare the size. Bumblebees are very big, like giants, and some small parasitoids were sitting in my glass tubes, so they're sitting here. Attention, something dark inside, something dark inside. These are tiny egg parasitoids of moths and butterflies and beetles. These are crawling like brown movement. These are tiny parasitoids, egg parasitoids of genus Trichogramma. So many of them, maybe, I guess 30,000 of them, each 10,000 in each tube, about 1 gram in each tube, and 1 gram is containing about 10,000 individuals. Very tiny. They have size just half of millimeter, 0.5 millimeter. So they're very small indeed. What's black, you might say? Black, these are eggs. Black colored, these are eggs. Eggs of rain moth, in Latin Citotroga cerearella. Because I got it from laboratory. So many of them were crawling, trying to escape, but it's closed by cotton cork very toughly, so they will not escape, because I got them for special purpose for identification. So I need to make some microscopic slides and then to make the precise study under the microscope, because you see, bumblebee, huge one, big one, and this one, the same insects, the same order, Hymenoptera, same. Their construction, their body, still the same, with head, thorax, abdomen, legs, wings, and antennae, and ovipositor and male genitalia. They are of course very small, 0.5 millimeter, but they are not the smallest. The smallest belonging to genus Megaphragma, which have size 0.3 millimeter, twice smaller, nearly twice smaller than this one. And the smallest Megaphragma egg parasitoids of thrips, Second, thrips. These are tiny parasitic wasps. So you see the same. They are not wasps, but they are parasitic wasps. They are crawling. They just hatched. They just hatched from this black stuff. Here, black and orange stuff. Black stuff. These are shells of eggs. Shells of eggs of Cytotroga cereorella rain moth. Tiny moths, 0.5 millimeter size, half of millimeter size, but they are belonging to parasitic wasps, or terminology parasitoids. Tiny parasitoids, because they are parasitizing eggs of other insects, such as butterflies, night moths, eggs of beetles, like leaf beetles of family Rhizomelidae cassidinae, very famous host of them. And they are used for biological control of agricultural and forestry pests. I do not breed them myself. I got it from special laboratory which are breeding them for the purpose to apply them in protection of corn against corn moth, Loxostegus ticticalis. So I got it from laboratory for identification, because someone need to control the name and quality of culture, so I controlling and I'm identifying the precise scientific name. So these are really natural pest control. So we don't need to use pesticides against corn moth. We can reduce application of pesticides and apply just parasitoids as natural biological control in organic agriculture. Some organic farmers are using biological control because they don't use pesticides at all. And there are some farmers, some companies which are using biological control agents such as Trichogramma for organic agriculture. So you see so many of them in these 3 jars. Approximately 1 gram of Trichogramma can contain from 10,000 individuals up to 20,000 individuals of tiny Trichogramma, tiny parasitic wasps. Of course, it would be good to show them under the microscope alive, but I'm making direct stream, just not from laboratory, so that's why I don't have opportunity to use microscope and photo camera. I use just telephone for this precise direct translation from Kyiv, the capital of Ukraine, where we have biological control agent, beneficial insect Trichogramma, which is used for biological control of agricultural pests. And we have here some other insects. We have here bumblebees, which are bred in some laboratories as well, but not in my institute. Some laboratories can breed them successfully and sell them successfully, because bumblebees are widely used for pollination of different crops, especially tomatoes, pepper, cucumbers, in greenhouses, because they are very docile, very friendly, very cute, and they are not aggressive, especially in hot conditions of greenhouses. And they increase yield of different crops in greenhouses drastically. Yes, for sure, bumblebees are sold by different companies from Holland, from Israel, from Germany, from other countries, even in Ukraine some companies are selling bumblebees for commercial application in greenhouses because they are friendly and not aggressive and not stinging workers who are working in greenhouses. Здесь мы видим шмелей, которые сидят у нас в коробочке. Их часто применяют для опыления культур в теплицах, потому что шмели в теплицах не агрессивны по сравнению с медоносными пчелами, которые становятся агрессивными из-за высокой температуры закрытого помещения в теплицах. К тому же шмели применяют опыление при помощи своих мандибул и жужжания, опыление жужжанием, вытряхивая пыльцу из томатов и проводя опыление значительно успешнее, нежели чем медоносные пчелы. А в другой коробочке мы видели здесь объект биометода, биологического метода защиты растений, паразитическое перепончатокрылое, паразитическую осу или паразитического наездника, который здесь десятки тысяч содержится внутри этих контейнеров, этих пузырьков, в каждом котором находится по 1 грамму яиц ситотроги, заражены паразитическим наездником трихограммы, которые только что вывелись. Трихограмму специально разводят в лабораториях для применения против кукурузного мотылька, хлопковой совки, томатной совки, других видов чешуекрылых вредителей сельского хозяйства, лесного хозяйства на различных сельскохозяйственных культурах и в лесном хозяйстве. В Украине чаще всего применяют трихограмму для борьбы, для подавления численности кукурузного мотылька на кукурузе. Мы видим здесь бегающие тысячи экземпляров в каждой контейнере до 1 грамма трихограммы, яиц зараженной трихограммой, и примерно до 10 тысяч экземпляров трихограммы в каждом таком контейнере. Трихограмма наездник очень маленький, крошечный, всего лишь полмиллиметра размером. Виден, едва виден невооруженным глазом на белой поверхности. Имеет размер примерно клещика, немножко крупнее полевого клещика, только темного цвета. Мы видим его все равно при значительном увеличении. Трихограмма разводится коммерческими биолабораториями, и эта трихограмма прислана для специального контроля видового состава трихограммы. Чтобы определить, нужно провести микроскопическое обследование, приготовить микроскопические препараты, рассмотреть строение трихограммы наездников под микроскопом при увеличении 400 крат, 1000 до 1000-кратного, самые главные детали строения 1000-кратного, сделать фотографии, чтобы удостовериться, какие структуры наблюдаем у того или иного экземпляра, к каким видам они относятся. Для этого берутся специальные выборки по 30-50 экземпляров из каждой пробы, делаются микроскопические препараты на стеклянных слайдах и изучается материал под микроскопом при увеличении 1000-кратно для точного анализа видового состава трихограммы. So we are watching now Trichogramma in tubes, small parasitic wasps, small parasitoids, Now bumblebees are very happily fed with honey, and we are waiting for morning time to be released, because now it's night time. Nighttime we can be lost, you can be eaten by ants somewhere, or by spiders somewhere. That's why it's better to release them early morning time, so they can find their way back home very easily. So you can see how they are different with different species. Right side these are Bombus lapidarius, left side Bombus terrestris. Right side again Bombus terrestris, twice biggest. All of them were foragers, so were workers and females. They developed from fertilized eggs. They have special structure, scopula on their hind legs, so they can collect pollen. Drones cannot collect pollen. Smallest of these bumblebees here, smallest has a size about honeybee, not bigger. So now I'm very pleased to show you that you can watch now the very big giant bumblebees and very tiny bumblebees as well, with size of honeybee. So you can recognize that bumblebees not always the same size. Only in September and August you can see the biggest queen, which can be bigger than these biggest specimens here. Queens are the biggest, they will come later summer or early autumn. Thank you for your attention. I was very pleased to show you these tiny creatures as parasitic wasps. Trichogramma, tiny parasitic wasp with hundreds, not millions, not billions of them crawling here. 10,000 are crawling in each tube here. So 30,000 altogether, 3 jars. So it was funny, interesting for you. Press like and write your comments after video, if not in chat. If you are from some foreign country other than Ukraine, you can write country, which country are you watching us? Not only from London, but maybe from some other countries, not only from UK. Some people hesitate to write, maybe, or afraid to write, because some people are watching us from friendly country and friendly countries, but with special regime, but it's very dangerous to write your nickname and any word in YouTube, especially now in time of war between Russia and Ukraine. Despite all circumstances, I'm trying to show you some natural video for different people about quiet animals, about nature, because it's very difficult to be all the times thinking about war. Some people can watch and think about peace and about nature, and can be surprised as well by very small parasitoids, very small wasps, which are maybe 1,000 times smaller than hornets and big wasp, and very big giant bumblebees, which are 1,000 bigger than small parasitic wasps. Here two varieties, two species, not varieties, here two species of bumblebees, Bombus terrestris, the biggest, and here this is two workers of different age. Bombus terrestris, and two sleeping tiny bumblebees of Bombus lapidarius with red top of abdomen. Okay. They're all bumblebees. We're all bumblebees here. The smallest bumblebee, the biggest, and this with red abdomen as well. We are sleeping because now it's night time. It's slightly easier to take a video at night time because naturally many insects becoming more quiet. Even honeybees, evening time, and wasps are more quiet, not so active in night time, especially after feeding. But morning time we will be flying here very actively. It will be very difficult to catch peaceful moment. So don't forget that bumblebees are the most peaceful insects among Hymenoptera aculeata. They do not sting without reason if you do not smash them by your fingers. If you do not press on their body by fingers. Usually they try to escape as far as possible if you touch them. They will never attack and sting you in your eye. If you disturb them on the flower, they will immediately try to escape. Thank you for your attention. I was very pleased to show you some of my living collection of insects. Very big giant bumblebees, very tiny parasitic wasps. Thank you for your attention. Visit my Patreon page for donations. Visit my Buy Me a Coffee for donations. Or just Google page if you like. I will really appreciate it. This kind of a feedback. And don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to press like if you get some fun about bumblebees and about very small parasitic wasps. Don't forget, it will be continued as soon as possible. And don't forget, as I always say, stay with Ukraine, support Ukraine, help Ukraine, and Ukraine will win. Thank you for your attention. See you soon on my channel. Thank you for your attention. Best greetings from Kyiv, the capital of Ukraine. See you soon on my new video streams about insects and about entomology from Kyiv, Ukraine. Bye bye.